The tales from my inbox. Are you ready to hear about a scammer who has been in my inbox for 3 months now, going on pretending to be Too Faced Cosmetics, saying they want to work with me, give me all these products and this money to work with them, only to find out that it is a full-on scammer who wants me to pay them first? Oh yeah, let's talk about it. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to an interesting video, if I say so myself. Today I'm going to be trying on a lot of new products, things that I am testing right now. They are in the working through phase with me. Some of these things I have tried a few times, some of them only once, some of them not really much at all. And yes, I'm going to be talking about something I have been kind of chronicling on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me there, follow me right here because I give you guys the dirty details weeks and sometimes months ahead of time. And that's kind of what's been going on today because I'm going to be going into the depths of what goes on behind the scenes here as a content creator that works directly with brands via email and how I've been dealing with a scammer for the past 3 months. I had to first discover it was a scammer, and that sometimes gets a little more difficult because they are crafty. You've probably experienced that in your own inbox to some capacity, but this one looked so legit. I even had Adam look through the initial emails and he's like, oh my God, this is a big deal, Nicole. This is great. You should be excited. This is Too Faced, and it all looked super legit. They even had a mini bio in the back. I'll get to it. But this is how I have caught a scammer with Too Faced and now have been flat out screwing with them for a while just to give them the runaround because honestly, I chose violence here and I decided, you know what? You're not going to mess with content creators like this. I'm going to give you the full runaround, and it is still going on as of this morning. Let's talk about it all. Cheers! This is obviously not the type of content I do, so I don't really have a format for this. So we're just gonna go into it, and I will be testing new products while I'm telling you the story. And I'm gonna have to like literally go back in the recesses of my brain months and months because this has been ongoing. So the first thing that I'm gonna be telling you guys about as far as what I'm putting on my face today, the Sun Touchable e.l.f. Skin Primer. This is a great primer that I have now tried for a couple of weeks. It's an invisible sunscreen, SPF 35. Also, if you have been following me on Instagram, look at that consistency. You will know I have been doing a ton of beach days, honestly. So the other thing is I'm wanting some SPF in my base products and also something a little blurring because there's plenty of days right now since I'm in my beach girl era where I am not wearing makeup. I'm going to the beach every single day with Adam at the moment. I got some in my hair, oops. Because that is our August challenge to swim in the ocean every single day for the month of August, which has been a little challenging some days, but like such a fun challenge to do together. So I've been relying on this now pretty consistently. So I'm gonna let you guys know like at a month end phase and fails how I'm feeling about it, but right now, spoiler alert, really enjoying it. So I'm gonna let this soak for a second while I take you back to, was this started in June? Yeah, it started at the end of June. June 23rd, it was on a Friday. Let's fade back. I might be showing you guys some emails in here or clips of what was being said just because it's wild, y'all, and this might be a little long. So you may even need 2 drinks, who knows? So because I've been doing this for 7 years now, I can't believe it's been like 7 years since I've started doing this. I, have seen an evolution of how it is to work with brands behind the scenes. It's not something that I'm unfamiliar with, but it is something that can be a little different with each brand you work with. So there are certain like key points you always look for in an email to find out if it's legit. And some things that haven't looked legit have absolutely been legit, and I've gone on to have really good partnerships with brands. And then there's other ones that look like this one today, super realistic, and it's not. But thank goodness I did my own due diligence into this and because my beauty YouTuber, content creator, spidey senses were tingling after a certain point in these emails, and it made me go, something seems a little fishy. It's not overt, so if you are newer to the game and you've not been sure of how to do this, I hope this will also help other content creators from getting screwed, because this one is not widely known at this moment in time. So I get an email back in June 23rd, it was a Friday, and I've had an email that says Too Faced Cosmetics brand, and the email address said info@Too Faced Cosmetics. However, it was a Gmail account. Usually that is a first trigger. However, the rest of the email was looking really legit. Editing Nicole here, hopping in to also add, you would be surprised at the amount of brands, even, you know, some of them are small boutiques, some of them are a little larger. You'd be surprised at the amount of brands that use Gmail accounts though. So again, it's not uncommon that I would have received an email that was Gmail, but this is a bigger brand, so it shouldn't be a Gmail. So all of these things were things I was keeping in mind. I wanted to add that in. I want to jump in here really quickly to say, worked with brands that have hubs overseas. So sometimes if there are maybe grammatical errors or punctuation issues, or maybe it just doesn't flow as normal, that's actually pretty normal, honestly, and something I thought was a big red flag a long time ago. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Like when I work with other brands that you've seen here on my channel, sometimes they're overseas and English is actually their second or third language. So sometimes the grammar isn't always a trigger for you to know if it's real or not. I just want to point that out real quick because some of them have been real. Good day, miss. I am Rachel Leon, brand partnership manager for Too Faced Cosmetics. So we are launching our influencer ambassador campaign and really would love to get you involved. And it really goes on talking about how they want to work with me and send me 10 items a month that I get to choose. They go on to send me a link to be able to pick which products I want, which is all very normal in the real content creator brand partnership vibe. That's very regularly how it can go. And then they get into how much they're going to compensate me for postings. And they're specifically looking for me to post on Instagram because that's where their focus is for this campaign, which is again, also very normal. I'm really bad at talking and doing makeup, so I'm gonna do a little bit of the Joanna Vargas because I am using a Drunk Elephant new product that has gone viral. This is D-Bronzi. I actually had to have the guy at Ulta go find one in the back because even when I was checking out, the girl was like, oh my gosh, this goes off the shelves. Is this really good? And I'm like, honestly, I was influenced to get it myself. I have tried this alone and with a skincare product before. So I've done both of those, but I've never done it after primer, and I've let this sit now for a little bit. It feels pretty good. So now I'm just gonna combine these two and put it on my face. So at first it does look a lot more bronzed, and then it kind of sinks more into the skin usually. So don't be scared if I look really tan really quickly. Now I'll keep going on. They go on to say how much they're going to pay me, which is a very large sum. They're saying they're going to pay me $2,000 per post, and I can post up to 10 times. And I was like, two things. First thing, I've had brands ask me to post a certain amount of posts for a large number, not that large, but I've had that happen before. So I was kind of like, oh, I don't want to annoy my audience with that many posts in 1 month's time, but that's a lot of money. And that's something that I really like this brand. I could try new things, and they're not saying I have to, you know, be gracious about the products or anything, or giving me a hard script, which is something some brands have done or tried to do. The way some parts of this were worded were confusing to me though, and I was like, well, let me get Adam's opinion, because once you get to the bottom of this email where they're offering to pay me a large sum, pick 10 products, and they're gonna start me out for like 3 months as like a trial to see how well it does. They do note in here that I have a smaller content creator, so they wanted to see how this would go first. Again, this is all, well, some of this is pretty common for information that I've gotten in the past with other brands that I have worked with, and again, gone on to have great relationships with. But this amount was way higher than what I would normally receive. So I was really excited. And what really made me feel like this could be legit was the bottom piece here where it says, kind regards, Too Faced Cosmetics. It had Rachel's name. It had their Instagram linked. It had brand partnership manager. And then below it had the all rights respectfully reserved. Important. This email and information contains very confidential and legally privileged and protected by law information. And then it keeps going on with a lot more legal jargon. And I had Adam come in and look at this because I was like, this could be the biggest brand deal I've ever received. This is the biggest brand deal I have ever received. That's something that is in the makeup cosmetics world, and I'm really excited about it because I'm just like, oh my gosh, this could be a great deal. This could be a great partnership, and I'm so excited. So I had Adam come in and read it, and I was like, it's from a Gmail though. Some of the wording was a little confusing, and he's like, this seems pretty legit to me based on everything else that you've ever received. Let's ask a clarifying question though. Let's ask them to really be clear on how many postings, what's a maximum versus a minimum, because the way they worded it was a little fishy. As you can see, the D-Bronzi has given me a nice warm glow. I mixed it with some skincare so that way it's not too overwhelming and kind of glides all over. So this is a nice base. So I pretty much immediately replied and said, thank you so much for reaching out to me with this offer. I am extremely excited to work with your brand, which is 100% true. I've never gotten to work with such a large cosmetics brand. Well, I guess that's not true. I have done some work with CoverGirl, but this was like the biggest offer I had been given. I said, I do have some questions to clarify in your email. What is considered a post? I needed to know, like, are you talking a reel? Are you talking in my stories? Are you talking a static post, which is like a picture or a video that lives on your Instagram page? Does YouTube count for this? Because I actually have a larger following on YouTube. Just kind of a little bit more of the admin stuff that is pretty normal when you are working with a brand and you have multiple outlets for social media. And then I asked for clarification. The wording said a maximum and minimum of 10 posts from you in a month. Like, that doesn't make sense. Are you wanting a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 10, so you have to do 10? That's gonna be really overwhelming. I was gonna figure out how to make that work without being annoying to my audience if I needed to. I'm trying a new foundation from MICCILO. That is, again, a brand that has reached out to me this is not sponsored though, this is just something to try. This is a soft, matte, long-lasting liquid foundation, and it says it is full coverage, so I'm gonna start popping this on while I keep going on with my story, or we're never gonna get through this look. I've tried this one once before. Ooh, I like how this is looking on my skin right now. This looks pretty nice. And then I got 2 emails. So it almost seemed like one was triggered automatically and then someone came back later to answer my next question, which again isn't too alarming because sometimes there are automated responses based off keywords, but you always want to be mindful. Like my spidey senses are up, but this is really looking promising right now. Responded with hello Fisher, which is my last name, not my first name, but I was like, okay, I work in marketing. I know if this is an automated like response, sometimes they pull a name, maybe they selected the wrong one. Thank you for accepting our proposal. We really appreciate your kind response. We would like to know your information. We will proceed immediately for our collaboration to begin. You would do a membership registration. This will make you an official member and influencer of Too Faced Cosmetics for our collaborations, and there's going to be a link to be sent. This is all very like, this is how it happens. If you are agreeing to work with a brand that has their ish together, and not all do, some of them are more independent, so it is different for each thing. Again, this is getting a little deep behind in the weeds about like what it's like behind the scenes. It's a whole business. It's not just turning on the camera, talking about makeup and moving on. It's like there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. So that's why sometimes when content creators can't post as much as they want, like myself, it's because I'm a one-woman show doing all of this behind the scenes and filming, editing, doing all the stuff. So this is looking really legit. They're gonna send me a link. We're gonna make it all official. They're gonna get my addresses, forms of payment, all of those things. And then another email comes through saying, from the woman, Rachel, answering my questions. She's saying the post is expected to be a static post and kind of gets into the information about finances, but this is all looking really promising. I am so excited at this point because now they're gonna send me a link. Now they're gonna make this all official, and it's going to really progress from here. And I'm just like so excited going into the weekend because this is still on that same Friday. Okay, y'all, this is the part of the makeup routine where I say thank you to you because you told me when I thought this Anastasia Beverly Hills cream blush was broken, you were like, girl, one side is a blush and you push it up this way, the other side is a brush. I was trying to pump up the brush. I was just not with it that day. So I'm going to be trying this with the brush. I have tried it a couple of times. I say thank you so much to Rachel for this clarification. And I'm getting so excited. This is getting real. I tell her I can absolutely do those things. Please send over the link and how do we move forward with this partnership? You know, I'm so excited. I've not gotten to work with such a big brand, and I know Too Faced and like some of the bigger ones like Tarte, Too Faced, unless you are, you know, I always forget, like sometimes in this YouTube medium, we have a different style and a different love of makeup than just the average consumer. And right now, it doesn't feel like Too Faced is really that big of a, like, big deal. I mean, they are a big deal in a lot of ways, but they're also maybe not the top brand at the moment because they've been around for a while. We've not been seeing anything really maybe fantastic from them. So it's not been a brand that I thought was going to be hot, as in like the latest and greatest. However, I thought, what an opportunity, because I know there are Too Faced products that I have loved for a really long time. And I know I can try new things now. Like, I was really thinking of different creative ways to do posts for them and see if maybe this collaboration would move forward in other ways. And what this could do for my channel, because this would really be an investment into my channel, because anything I bring in from my YouTube channel goes back into my YouTube channel. So this was going to be the biggest deal, honestly. This was going to be huge. And I was trying to not get too excited, but at this point, this is all looking really legit. This is all looking great. And I can't help but think of how this is going to really help grow my channel in a lot of ways, behind the scenes and on camera. Okay, you guys were right. This blush is looking really nice. The brush did great. Thank you for telling me. And then I didn't get a reply from them until Tuesday because it was Friday, you know, and that's kind of normal too, is sometimes it'll take a couple days for me to reply, sometimes longer for me, and then other times it takes brands a couple days if they're, you know, working on other things, which obviously everyone is. So I got the link to select the products. So like they had looked really legit. And then I started to be like, well, this is an interesting format for such a large brand, because they sent me a link to their Instagram shopping link. They wanted me to pick them, but list them down for them in my next email instead of ordering it through a portal, which some have done that in the past, some have not. I wasn't sure how far advanced, honestly, Too Faced was behind the scenes, and I'm not going to know that information. Nobody would, unless you work there. So I went through their link and I started selecting the products and shades that I wanted as I was directed to do. So again, this is all feeling very legit. They're getting back to me. I'm giving them products, and I spent a good amount of time on this too. I spent a while trying to decide what was I going to not just want to try, but what could I use to make really good content, because I was going to be doing a lot of different posts on my Instagram specifically, and you don't want to be flagged for being annoying. You don't want to annoy your audience, but you also don't want to look like spam. I was just doing a lot of creative brainstorming for this, honestly. This foundation looks so good. I actually almost forgot a concealer, and I am trying a brand new concealer that is high-end that I'm super excited about. This is the new Natasha Denona Hy-Glam concealer. Everyone has been loving this, so I had to place an order for a couple of Natasha things. I just had to, so you're gonna see a couple of those in this video. But again, this foundation is doing so good, I almost forgot it. But let's pop this on while I continue my story. First, I gotta plug in my camera. So I go through and I pick out products. I spend a lot of time doing it, like I mentioned. So I am now investing a lot of time and energy into thinking about what I'm gonna be posting, how I want to go about it, which products are going to be the ones I really want to say are my favorites, which ones am I trying brand new, how am I going to do some wear tests, try-ons, all kinds of things. There's a lot that goes into planning things like that. So I send the email over with all of my selections. This looks really good, you guys. This concealer, ooh, this is just like melting into my skin beautifully, going great with the foundation. It's even going really well on the nose, and you guys know my nose has a lot of pores and it's very fickle. This looks really good. Woo! This concealer. Natasha, you did it again, sister. Oh my gosh. I can't even begin to express to you guys how excited I was. I was still very cautious, because in any business like this where you're essentially your own like representation, you're your own like boss, but also you really have to run through the gamut of everything and cross your T's and dot your I's a million times. I was cautious at this point, but more excited than cautious. And guys, I knew this was going to be a big deal if this actually like was going to go through. And I just kept saying if this does, because I was still waiting for someone to pull the rug out from under me. This would have been the biggest collaboration I had had so far. This was a big deal, and I was happy. I was so excited. I was like, finally, after 7 years, you know, my work is paying off. You work hard. You know, and I'm, you know, still such a small channel, and that's cool. I don't mind being a small channel because I love the community that is here, because once you get a little bit bigger too, it's like, that's when, you know, more crap happens, more, you know, hate comments, more scammers, but the scammers are everywhere. So I just want to make sure I let you know where my head was at this time, because this was a couple months ago now at this point, because the next part gets really when I was like, oh, the rug got pulled out from under me. I see. So, but at this moment, I was really hopeful that this was all legit. Really, really hopeful, and things were going really well. These are products I've tried before from e.l.f. that I love, so I'm just kind of like moving it along with this, but I wanted you to know, like, this is why I'm making this video, because I don't want other content creators or anyone to like get something like this and not do their own due diligence here and just get scammed, because that's what will happen. And that's why I'm talking about this today, because they get your hopes up, they make it all look really legit. And if it weren't for the fact that I have enough years in marketing in my real life, but also have been doing content creation for 7 years now, I wouldn't have seen the little hidden red flags here and there, because enough of it did look legit to have protected myself. So it's so frustrating. So frustrating. So a bronzer that I've had for a long time but haven't touched, and this is the season to use it, is my Vesa bronzer. The shade is Kissed by Santorini. It's the Vesa bronzer. Sorry, it's dirty. The packaging is just, it gets that way. I haven't really touched this at all this summer, and this is like when I'd need to, because it's pretty dark. I also find when it's this hot and humid out, powders are going to work best. Like, I do have some creams on, obviously, but bronzers, I need to start making the powder action happen. So I get an email then on Wednesday, the 28th at 3:06 a.m. Again, the time frame does not even bother me too much. So it doesn't bother me, but it was a little bit of a red flag, and I'm going to tell you why. Some brands are legit, like I said, that maybe don't have the best grammar and stuff because they are overseas, and there are big companies that have US headquarters or, you know, locations and still have them overseas. So I have definitely received emails at opposite time frames when it would be their daytime that I've gotten legit business deals, and they have been completely real. But for some reason, because it was Too Faced and I knew a little bit more about this brand, I was a little like, that's interesting. They're kind of running off of like, you know, Asia time. And that's not what I was expecting, but also I don't know how their business practice really works. But it wasn't the total red flag for me to get the email at 3:06 a.m. because I work with brands regularly, but I get emails at that time and they are legit. I get paid. The products are great. I've told you about them. What triggered me though about this email that really made me go, crap, I don't think this is real, was this is when they started asking me for money after they had just said, we're going to pay you such a large amount per post with a minimum of this many, and it's going to go on for 3 months. I was like, this math doesn't math. The email comes back to me with no name at the bottom. So it says, it's the same email address. We have confirmed the items that you selected and the address you want to use to receive the products every month. Also, the shipping fee is 150.6, not 60.6. Note, you will only be paying shipping fee once. This will cover for the whole shipping cost through our collaboration. As for your profile link will be sent immediately after the shipping fee is paid. Management, Too Faced Cosmetics. So that one had a lot of red flags. Like, they got really sloppy real quick because everything else was looking, you know, okay, maybe I was speaking with someone that didn't speak English directly. It wasn't their first language. Totally fine. I do that all the time. Different time frames. Totally fine. I'm used to that. It's very common. And that's when my heart sunk, because it was first thing in the morning that I read it, and I was like, damn it. I was just brokenhearted. I just was like, really had that wash of just like, dang, this one's not real. I'd gotten another email that morning, though, that was real. It wasn't as big of a deal as this one, but it kind of softened the blow a little bit, because I'm constantly working with brands. This isn't the only brand that I'm emailing at this time. I'm emailing with multiple brands. I did end up working with another brand that I was excited about. Nothing to this scale, mind you, but it's just, it was a heartbreaker. Okay, this bronzer is going really well on the skin. Everything is looking super smooth. Also, I don't even know if I caught it at the time where there was just like repetitiveness. For your profile link will be sent immediately after the shipping fee is paid. I'm like, why? And also, if you're going to pay me that much, why couldn't you just take that amount? If you're going to pay me a set amount, why not just say, okay, your first payment will be minus $150.06 or 60 cents, because we're compensating for shipping, which again, still not a factor, still shouldn't really be a thing, especially when you're talking about a big brand like that. But you know what I'm saying. Like, it was just all very, very red flag. Very, very sus. So that's when I started doing some searching. Because anytime someone asks you to pay for something, that's usually a red flag, especially with a brand that big. I did some searching, couldn't find anything online as far as like Too Faced scams had been going. I looked at TikTok and I found 2 girls that had somewhat similar situations to me, but not exact. And I was like, this is a scam. This has got to be a scam. And I texted Adam, and he was honestly brokenhearted for me. He was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, I'm going to reach out to the brand's social media. And like behind the scenes at this moment, I told Adam, I'm going to look up. I mean, the hard part is with certain brands, they don't get back to you. They really, really don't. There are some bigger brands that I get great responses from in DMs. If I tag them, they say thank you, even if it's not a collaboration or anything. Like if I'm just saying, oh yeah, I'm using this today. Sometimes the brand will see that you've posted them. They'll say, thank you so much. I hope that you love it. Or just something. They're just really good with their social presence and responses. Too Faced is not one. I don't think anybody's shocked by that. If you have ever like tried to DM them, I DM'd their Facebook, I DM'd their Instagram, I did their Twitter, I did everything. I think it's called X now. I did everything. I reached out to them privately on a couple of different things, and days went by. Didn't hear anything. And I was like, I'm doing my due diligence into this. Because even Adam goes, man, that sucks. And he's like, but maybe it is real. Maybe if it does come back, that they come back in the social media links, or when you reach out to them and say, yeah, it's legit, just pay it, and you know, this can be still a big deal for your channel. And he's such a supportive spouse. I always appreciate that so much. But I just, in my heart, knew it wasn't real. I knew that either one, I wasn't going to get a response from Too Faced, which I didn't, and that's why it could easily make someone be like, oh, well, let's just go through with this, because this is a brand that doesn't respond. By the way, Too Faced, get better with your socials, because truly, you should be replying to people. I mean, in this day and age, there's no reason you can't be. To go over the blush, something else I am trying, as you guys know, is something I got in, I think, a boxy. This is the Toy Factory blush little, like, palette. I think this is so cute. I'm loving it. Such great quality, too. At this point, I'm doing work behind the scenes that it's not going to be in the emails. I'm DMing the brand in all the socials, and I'm just like, hey, I got this email from this email address, and these are the contents. You know, the footer made it look really real, when it was like, you know, this is confidential and legal, blah, blah, blah. And that was another reason before I was going to come on to any social platforms and talk about it. I wanted to know, because it did have those disclaimers in the bottoms of the emails. I was annoyed. I was heartbroken. I was annoyed. I was going through the grieving processes, honestly. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just see. Let's just let the play develop. So at this point, I also emailed the customer care. I think it was a couple of days later. Let's see here, because I got that email from them on June 28th. I had not heard anything from any of Too Faced's professional social media responses, nothing. And I was like, I'm not going to pay this brand anything. I wanted proof that it was a scam. So I did the work. I then got another email from them because I had not replied to them, because I was still reaching out. At this point, I was a combination of annoyed, mad, pissed, and was like, you know what? I'm just going to ghost them. I'm just not going to respond to them. Screw them. Until I hear back from the actual brand saying it's legit, I'm just going to pretend this doesn't exist. I already know that this isn't worth my time. I need to move forward with these other brands that are real, that want to work with me, even if they're smaller brands. That's what I'm doing. This show must go on, you know? In this kind of form of work, you don't have time to grieve much because there's more work to do. I'm gonna put on a little bit of this new e.l.f. tinted lip balm that I am loving right now. Mine is in the shade Strawberry. Some hydration. I love this stuff right now. And it's like $4. And this is where I find out it's a scam. You guys, at the same time when I got that concealer, because I was so excited about it, I went and got myself a mini bronze palette from Natasha. Look how pretty she is. Perfect for summer right now. I'm in my beach girl era. If you haven't heard me say it a million times by now, I'm totally in my beach girl era. So I'm doing bronzy, I'm doing just like that sun-kissed glow, and this was just speaking to me. And I keep saying I want to buy more Natasha shadows, so I did. You know she's probably going to be a performer. We probably don't even need to worry too much about her. I've used her once so far. So at this point, I'm kind of ghosting them, and then they email me again. And at this point, I was like, the audacity for y'all to email me again, asking me for payment when you are a huge brand. At this point, I'm pissed, I'm hurt, I'm annoyed, and they email me again. And they say, hi Nicole, we've confirmed your order. We've got everything ready for you. Note your 30% shipping fee is $150.6. You will only be paying the shipping fee once. This will cover the whole shipping cost throughout all of our collaborations. You know, they're really making it sound like, you know, this is a small fee for all of this product you're gonna get. You're gonna get 30 products in total because it's gonna be 10 a month. We're gonna, you know, pay you per post way more than this shipping is. You know, they're really working it. They must really need this $150. As your selected products, it will be delivered immediately after the shipping is paid. Kind regards, at Too Faced Cosmetics. So at this point, I'm annoyed. I'm mad. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna do my due diligence. And I reach out to, I do some digging, I go to the Too Faced website. Again, they don't make it easy to talk to their customer care because who wants to work in customer service? I know it's a lot of complaining. I reach out, finally find their email that I can email them at. And it says it is consumercare-us@gcc.toofaced.estee.com. So I go to that email address. I start an email saying, hello, I have received the emails below. I forward them, all of the emails I have gotten. Send it to them and say, I've received the emails below from someone saying they work with influencers for Too Faced. And again, that's not uncommon for there to be certain email addresses for one thing and not for the other because content creation is still a new thing. So it's not uncommon to see email addresses being different from like customercare@toofaced.com kind of thing. And they're inquiring about doing a sponsorship with me. I'm trying to determine if this is legitimate or not. They are asking me to pay shipping for this sponsorship, which seems out of the norm, and I wanted to verify it with someone on your team, please. Thank you for your help, Nicole. And I tried using their chat. Nobody was getting back to me, so I sent that email and was just now going to wait. Is Too Faced ever going to get back to me? Are they ever going to say anything? No one had even read my DMs in any of their social platforms because I did keep checking, just kind of hoping someone would eventually see it and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. No, that's not it. Adam had told me later he was secretly hoping that they were going to see my email and be like, no, but we'd love to send you some PR. We're so sorry for this, you know, this situation or something, anything. And that was on Tuesday, July 18th. So this now has gone on since the end of June. And I'm, you know, moving on, doing other things, less heartbroken, less annoyed, and I'm starting to feel a little sassy. So I finally get an email back from Too Faced on July 24th on a Monday at 8:46 a.m. my time. And the email goes as such. Dear Nicole, spelled incorrectly. Not too attention to detail oriented at Too Faced, apparently. It's fine. Told you I'm in my sassy era at this moment in time. Thank you for contacting Too Faced. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. The email address you identified is not affiliated with Too Faced. In the future, please look for the Too Faced ID, Too Faced. And again, so it's Too Faced with a large D behind it. So even the brands, guys, don't spell check. You know, they're not making sure their stuff's even grammatically correct, which is why when I tell you, there's not always an obvious tell that something is a scam or a spam, and you need to really do your due diligence to not get screwed, you do. Because this email address is from consumercare-us@gcc2face.st.com. In the future, please look for two-face inquiries from @twoface.com address or a reputable media agency working on our behalf. In other words, like a third party saying, yeah, we're working with content creators, which does happen as well. So again, another level of why we have to be so on guard when you do this job. Thanks again for taking the time to contact Too Faced. Yours sincerely, Marie, Consumer Care Issues and Escalations Advisor, Too Faced, with the logo and then a case number down below. So, at this point, I know it's a scam. I have validation from the brand itself. So it was on this day, July 24th, I, Nicole Fisher, of YouTube, of sound, mind, and frustration, chose violence. My initial instinct was to be like, I'm gonna ghost him. I'm going to say, well, I know you're a scam now because I talked to the real brand, blah, 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 blah. And then I sat there for a brief moment, reflected, and thought, you know what? I'm not the only person they've done this to. I'm not going to be the last person they do this to. I'm going to choose violence. I am going to screw with them. I am going to waste so much of their time. They're going to be so annoyed. I'm going to have them on the hook. I'm going to let them think I'm going to do this, all this stuff. I'm going to give them this money, and then I'm going to just drop a hammer. This morning, I dropped a hammer. So the story continues. They email me saying, you know, everything is going to ship once I pay them the 150.6. Beautiful shade here. Gobi? So I then decide to reply to the scammers saying, how would I pay this fee? All of a sudden, immediately they're coming back to me now. Because now I'm saying, okay, how would I pay you? After ghosting them for weeks now, because I'm pissed and trying to get all the information, I'm like, okay, how would I pay you? Immediately, I get a response. You can make your payment through the following methods. Cash App, which is in all caps recommended. PayPal, Zelle, Venmo. Note, when you make your payment, the products you have already selected from our shop will be delivered to your address after payment is confirmed. Products will be delivered in 2 to 3 working days. Thanks. Kind regards, Too Faced Cosmetics. You know, they're trying to tie you back in, being like, yeah, you'll pay us, and then we're going to ship your stuff immediately. Everything's going to be great. Everything's going to be fine. Hunky freaking dory. And I'm like, okay, so they're going to commit to the bit until they get the money. Of course they are. Well, no, you're not going to screw over content creators. I am going to mess with you. And I say, okay, so is there a number or info I can be given to send the money to? I'm like, give me your information. You know, now I'm like, okay, now you give me things. Right. Man, now they're emailing like it's their job. Like they are on fire. Then they email me back saying, hello, Nicole, please, which of the payment methods do you prefer to use? Your preferred method details will be sent to you for payment. Thanks, Too Faced Cosmetics, kind regards. So I let them sit for 2 days. I have them so excited. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pay you $150.6. And then I just let them sit for 2 days. I'm letting them stew a little. Keep them on the line. Wednesday rolls around at 4:23 p.m. I wait till the end of Wednesday when I get around to it because I'm busy. I got real videos to work with. I got real brands to work with that are respectful. So then I have the idea. I'm like, how can I screw with them? And I'm like, can I make the payment over a few apps? You know, I'm really waiting for this money to come in from this collaboration because this is going to be a big deal and I'm so excited. I'm trying to make ends meet while I wait for my first payday with y'all. Thanks so much. Just let me know. And now I'm trying to be all like, oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber down on my luck because I gotta wait for this payment now. Kindly make payment to our logistics manager is the email I get. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So you guys did, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Do people actually get this far and pay you real money? I'm really curious because it says kindly make the payment to our logistics manager Cash App account I'm gonna show you the note. Is it doxing if I actually show you his Cash App? I don't know. I don't want to get in legal trouble here. Please send a screenshot of payment so we can process your order successfully. We await your response. It's someone's name. It's not Rachel anymore. And it's just their logistics manager's Cash App account. And then I just start laughing and I'm like, okay, great, thanks. Can I also have your Venmo? Thank you. I can't wait to get started. And then I think he sent multiple. The Venmo account, which was a different name, telenumber, family and friends, please screenshot. And then he sent me the PayPal, again with Armando's name, and a Gmail account. Oh, it's his full Gmail. Should I sign that email address up for like a lot of different subscriptions to just get bombarded with emails? Oh, I may be doing that. I hadn't even considered that till sitting here thinking about it because I, again, was choosing violence. I'm so frustrated. So I'm keeping some of this out so I'm not doxing anyone and I'm not going to be in any legal trouble for this. But speaking of legal, this is when I was like, oh, I'm going to do something that's going to make this company or these people really wish they hadn't screwed with me, and I'm going to make this look really scary to them. Like, I could legally go after them, okay? I say, great, thanks so much. I go online. I pull a LegalZoom form to work with content creators and brands, and I kind of edit it and tweak it a bit. I'm too invested at this point, as you can see, into these scammers and screwing with them back. It's wasting my time, but it's so worth it for this video so this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to mess with these people that are messing with content creators. I didn't even tell you I'm going into this darkest over here, like one orangey tone here, russet shade for the outer corner. It's all blending beautifully. Beautifully. I edit the form, I send it, I put my information in there, and I send it. And I was like, I cannot wait to get started. Attached, please find my agreement with you. Once this is signed, I will send the money in all caps, ASAP, exclamation points. I am so excited. Thank you so much. These heifers decided to email me back. Hello, Nicole. We're delighted to have you on board. Kindly go through our contract document. There may have been something attached at that time, but I'm not finding anything now. If I find it before I post this video up, I will put it up there. But they're trying to get me to sign something, and I'm like, biatch, I'm not signing anything of yours. And then they send back my form, and they filled out the information, doubling down that they were legit. They were acting like they were 100% legit, signing my document, my LegalZoom. I thought for sure that would make them ghost me and I would never hear from them again. Because once you start bringing up legalities with clear scammers, I was like, oh, they must really need this $150.6. They must, right? Like, how is it gone this far? How have they let me drag them along now to the end of July on July 28th? This has gone for a month now, over a month. But they're just like, they're committed to the bit. I mean, I gotta give them that respect, I guess. So they signed my influencer contract. I just noticed something. I don't think my original sent this. Hold on, I gotta look at something. Does it really say what I think it says? Hold on, I'm just now seeing something, guys, in the wild. No, it does not. The form that they signed, because I wasn't taking this seriously, I didn't really read the fineness of like what they were signing. They have company and client, signed management, Oprah Winfrey. You can't make this up. I mean, they did make it up. What the absolute hell right now? I did not realize that until just now, that they signed it, company and client, Oprah Winfrey, signed management, Oprah Winfrey. And then they had the audacity to keep going. Guys, this isn't even them being like, oh, we know we got. What the hell? Because there's more to this story. I'm not done yet. Oh, I'm just sitting. I can't wait to tell Adam this. I am just in. And I wish I was more savage this morning. Although if they come back again, y'all, if they come back again, I will keep you updated. So, okay, here we go. Poor Cooper is out there going, mommy's tripping out. Mommy's tripping out. Oprah Winfrey. How did I not catch that the first time? Because I wasn't taking it seriously anymore. I wasn't paying attention. Ooh, look at that. Buttery. Ooh. So that's how they signed the legal form. Because I was just shocked that I got any response from them. Honestly, I thought they were going to just disappear after I brought, you know, a legal zoom into it. But man, they must think that they got one, man, that I must be that stupid. I say, great, thanks. How fast will my products be shipped? Again, wasting time. On August 4th. Don't hear back from them at that point until August 8th on a Tuesday. So again, I had thought maybe they were sick of me giving them the runaround, because at this point, clearly that's all I'm doing. I'm giving them the runaround. I am totally just not caring at all. If they reply, they reply. If they don't, they don't. I'm just literally screwing with them because I knew I was going to be making a video at this point. And I already knew that I was like, screw this. And he said, hello, Nicole. Thank you for your kind response. The products reaches the address you provided to us in the next 2 to 3 working days as soon as your payment is confirmed. They need this $150.06 to send these 10 products from this massive multi-million-dollar brand because they need my $150. They need it. I said, that's perfect. Can you please resend me though your PayPal, your Cash App, and your Venmo information so I can send my payment? I'm screwing with them. I'm just yo-yo-yoing them. That was on August 8th. And they resend them all. You guys, they resent all of them. And now, yeah, they sent them all in one email. So they really rewrote this whole thing, still thinking that I am going to work with Oprah Winfrey, who works at Too Faced Cosmetics. Did you know Oprah Winfrey bought Too Faced? I mean, I'm stuck on that at the moment. I am just dying right now. This is so funny to me. And this is where I'm just at this point done with them. I'm bored. We are now into August. This has gone on since freaking end of June. And now I just realized they wrote Oprah Winfrey. So this was this week. August 14th on Monday. I said, okay, great. I have one more question and then I'm ready to send the money over to you, ... So I made them wait from August 8th to August 14th. Made them wait a week. Again, just dragging this out. Making it the longest interaction they've ever had. You're gonna waste me, you're gonna waste my time, I'm gonna waste your time. Okay, great, I have one more question and then I'm ready to send the money over. And then of course, because I say the money's coming over on August 14th, they email me back immediately. Hello, Nicole. Thank you for your enthusiasm and interest in our collaboration. We appreciate your support. It's a whole novel here. Regarding your question, we're here to assist you. Please go ahead and ask your question and we'll be more than happy to provide you with the information that you need. Once you are satisfied and ready to proceed, we will provide the necessary details to complete the payment process. If you have any other concerns or if there's anything else we can assist you with, please feel free to let us know. We're committed to ensuring a smooth and successful collaboration. So this morning, I sent this. And if they respond to this, they have the biggest balls in the universe. They have no bounds. I will be shocked if they reply to this, okay? I will be shocked, completely shocked. But they signed a legal document, Oprah freaking Winfrey. So they may come back here and tell me something different, and I will keep you posted. But this is where I got just fed up. I'm at this point dropping the hammer. This is the Milani Anti-Gravity Mascara. I'm really thinking I like this a lot, but as we know with mascaras, you gotta give them a longer amount of time to really see how they perform, but I think this was a great recommendation I got from Andrea Mattiliano. Love when my lashes can look large. I can't talk and do this part together, guys, so let me just do this real fast. I don't know how people do story times and do their makeup. I can't multitask. I can hardly walk and chew gum. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't. So this morning, I'm fed up, right? I'm just done with these people. I'm ready to essentially drop the hammer on them after going on about this for 3 months. It's the middle of August. I cannot get over the fact that they just said Oprah Winfrey. Something that is brand new this week that I am trying is an REM liquid lipstick. This one is in the shade Leave Me a Message. I liked the color. I swatched this in the stores and this looked a lot like ColourPop's Aquarius from what I could remember. Not the Aquarius 2 that has more of the purple undertone, but the one that has more of a brown pinky undertone that I loved that they discontinued, and I'm still brokenhearted about it. So while this is drying down, I will tell you the next part, and then I will try on this new Florence Whale Tinted Lip Balm. It even has like a little whale at the top. How cute is that? I love the component. It's really nice. So I say, great! I appreciate it. Can you tell me why I received this email below from the Too Faced Consumer Care Issues and Escalations Advisor in regard to your original email and email address? Too Faced Consumer Care is saying that this is not a real offer to work with them. Can you explain this? Who is lying here? And then I copy and paste in exactly what the consumer care people had sent to me a month ago, because I have been wasting your ever-loving time because you've been wasting mine. So that's the email I sent this morning, August 15th. I'm really, really curious. Will I hear from them? Because I really don't know. Am I going to hear from them? I love the little pop of like orangey tone to this too because it goes better with the eye look. It's a super cute component. Something really unique for Florence. And Florence this is the Millie Bobby Brown new line, and I really like this. Although I really thought they were going to ghost me after I sent them the legal doc and then they signed it. Apparently they signed it Oprah frickin' Winfrey, which I hadn't realized until just now. I can't wait to tell Adam that. I cannot wait. But that's honestly like where this lands at the moment, simply because I just drug it out. I was choosing violence. I can't believe, oh man, he gave me his email address. Maybe I should just see, depending on how this goes, just all of a sudden he starts getting a ton of, I don't know, baby rash, diaper, email, newsletters. I don't know. I just cannot believe the audacity. I was so heartbroken at first and so disappointed. And when I had told Adam about how I really thought it was a scam, he was so disappointed for me. I'm going back with the Fenty What It Do setting spray because your girl is out of her favorite and I need to go buy more. They were out at my Ulta because this is the season for the Urban Decay All Nighter. That's not new. It's just something I love and it's how I like to finish my makeup, especially in the summer. But right now, this is what I gotta do. I almost wonder, because they had such strong audacity to reply to the LegalZoom document and sign it, Oprah. I'm almost wondering if they will have the audacity to honestly reply to this and say the other, like the actual consumer line is lying to me. I even added in the who is lying line just right before I sent it because I was going to still keep it like profesh. But now I'm glad I did it when I saw the Oprah Winfrey thing just because, gosh. And it's just like I have better integrity than that. And I just was like, how do I want to try to end this, to bookmark it? Like who's lying really makes it like a hammer down. Editing Nicole jumping in here again to say kind of what I'm trying to get across here is I wanted them to know I know this is a scam, or this is me calling them out in a way. So when I say drop the hammer over and over, what I'm meaning is I'm dropping the fact that I have already been in contact with the actual brand and they're telling me this is fake. So how can you explain this? Really hoping that they're going to try to argue it because I may even email them again anyway. I may just like keep poking the bear just because I can. Okay, back to the video. But if they respond to me, you guys know I will keep you updated because I cannot believe that it has gone on this long. I cannot believe they were so overt towards the end there, where the beginning was like a lot of like due diligence. It was a lot more professional looking, but then Oprah Winfrey. I'm stuck on that right now because it's brand new information to me. I have to tell Adam, like, this is just insane. Yo, the makeup looks really good. I know I've not been focused on the makeup, I feel like, but this foundation really shocked me. Have you ever heard of MICCILO? I hope I'm saying that right. This looks really good. Oh my gosh, the concealer, you guys. This is a pricier concealer, I know, because it's Natasha Denona, but this may be my new favorite concealer. I've been using a ton of e.l.f. lately, and it's so good, but this is just so creamy. Really goes in there with the skin. Loving this whole look. You don't see my pores. You don't see my texture. The eyes look fire. They look so good. This is such like a summer bronze goddess moment. The lips, I mean, I'm really loving a lot of this new stuff. And thank you guys for telling me where's she at? how to use makeup, because they apparently don't know how to use makeup. This component was a little tricky for me apparently, but it's because I'm not a creams girl. The blushes all look good though, including the Toy Factory on top, not overwhelming, really goes with the rest of it. I feel like this What It Do is definitely not my favorite, not just because right now I look more dewy, I don't mind that. I don't want to look oily, but I think it's still setting into the makeup. But really, it's more, it doesn't make the makeup last as well on my skin as the Urban Decay does. Now, notice how there's no Too Faced in here today. Not because that was a conscious choice, honestly, but they're not new makeup that I'm buying anyway. I'm so frustrated right now. I'm frustrated at a combination of things, I think. I'm frustrated that the brand itself didn't really seem to care much. They weren't responding back to any DMs. They're not even reading DMs. Have you guys ever had a DM response from Too Faced? That's just so surprising in 2023. Social media marketing is, I mean, everyone's doing it, including themselves. Why would you not even check your DMs? I'm just curious. I'm gonna pull up my DMs right now. I've actually tagged them plenty of times apparently as I'm scrolling back through. They don't even read them. They don't. Maybe if I was a huge influencer, maybe they would. That was Instagram. Let me check Facebook. They're not reading anything. So it took me a month of Sundays to get a response from them. I had to go through their website, go through like the proper channels, because even their chat isn't very helpful. Did finally get a response, which was good to know, because I mean, again, if this is another content creator sees this, I hope this helps you. Don't send the money. If they ask for money, it's a huge red flag. If you're, again, you can't really go off the grammar, and sometimes, because even Too Faced had errors in their emails that they were sending to me, because they're just, you know, shooting them out, whatever. And if you think about it, emails become a lot less, it's a lot more casual, a lot less professional sometimes, but even they had errors in their emails. So you can't always go off of that. Look at email addresses. I mean, but even when they have the confidential, like, legal jargon in the bottom, it can look scammy, but go off your gut. Your gut hopefully won't lead you wrong. I wasn't gonna get too excited until the deal was like underway and things were way more smooth, and it just, as soon as it got sticky, I was like, something's not right. Go with your gut, guys. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you guys liked it. I'm really not good at chatty try on makeup videos. This may be way too long, but I do love my makeup today. So that is the good news. All these products were really great. Stay tuned for an end of the month faves and fails where I will give you more updates. And if I do get a response when I said this morning, who's lying here? I kind of hope to actually get a response from them. I really hope. I keep checking my email, but I feel like I probably won't hear from them until later this week if I do, because if I had said, like, I don't know, this is me dropping the hammer and just kind of seeing, like, if I were saying, hey, how do I pay you, I'd hear from them today. I don't know if I'm going to hear from them at all. I kind of hope I do, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If I get any updates, I will absolutely let you know. And if you happen to be new to my channel, hi new friends, I really hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below. And thanks for staying for this super long chatty video. This was really long. Bye, friends.